when you got out, well, even before you got out, did you ever feel bad about selling drugs to people that you grew up with? And then not only that, you said your mother did cocaine. So did you ever supply her with your own supply?
I was the biggest drug dealer in the Bluff for a long period of time. I had the Bluff and I had Simpson. Like they like two different neighborhoods almost, but they're in the same area. And I was the biggest drug dealer over there, so I had the best quality drugs, and I also had large quantity for a lower price. You know what I'm saying? So I was out beating all my competition around the way. So she snuck and bought drugs from me. Cause I wasn't never in there. Like I said, I had all my dudes that grew up with me, and we just built this big empire, a drug empire. And she used to sneak. I used to help out her sneaking. You know what I'm saying? Sending other people like my brothers and stuff like that to buy the powder, because he do powder too. So I knew when he came, he was coming for her also, and it kind of hurted me a lot. You know what I'm saying? It hurted me a whole lot. But when you come from that era, like, you don't feel like nothing wrong with it. Like, the things that I do when I shot people or when I shoot people, or the thing that I did at Rich Homie Quan, I ain't feel like it was a bad thing to do, because that's what we did all our life. So a person that ain't seen that and ain't used to that, they'll think it's wrong. But when you raised up, that's all you know. If your mama teach you Spanish and you from America, you only know Spanish. Mm-hmm. You don't feel like your teacher tell you at school you need to know English. You like, no, you smell me. So that's all I knew. So I ain't never felt like it was wrong until like around now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I still have trouble nowadays feeling that it's wrong.
Yeah. Did she stop using?
No, she never stopped using. She still uses to this day.
Do you want to send her to rehab?
I try my best to do everything by my mama. I bought her a house. I bought her a car. I even try to pay her allowance every week to stop. And she just refused to stop.
Right.
She drank real heavy too. And like more so, that was like the hardest part of my life, dealing with her. Because after the money gone and niggas when things started changing, when niggas stopped taking care of females, like it kind of got rough for her, because niggas stopped going for that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And she was so disabled, she just didn't know how to go get her own money. She was so spoiled. Like I wanted to go to school. Like all my life I wanted to graduate from school. It's just something that I personally had going on. And just to hear the music 6, 5, 4 o'clock in the morning, every morning, like can't get no rest, because she in there getting high with her friends and drinking, and they playing loud music. And to go in there and tell mama I'm ready to go to school in the morning. And she tell yo, hey, if you want to be grown, get the fuck out of my house. So like, you want me to get the fuck out your house, so I got the fuck on.
And how old were you then?
I was like 11, 12 years old.
So where'd you go?
Shit. When I left, she wasn't able to take care of herself either. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't even her house. It was like my grandmom's house and stuff like that. So it wasn't even her house. So we didn't really have nowhere to sleep in. You know what I'm saying? I used to sleep wherever it was room to sleep at. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't never a house. And once you leave your mama's house, you don't want to go back. It's like a pride issue after that. Mm-hmm. I can't go back. Even when I did lose my spot, I got me an apartment. I got me a hotel. I went broke in the hotel just because I didn't want to go back home.
Now, how did you stray away from, did you ever use drugs?
No, ma'am.
So how did you stay away from all that?
She motivated me. I looked at her and I said to myself, how the hell she doing me? I would never do that to a person. So she was my motivation. Mm-hmm. And still to this day, I never drank a piece of alcohol. I never did no drug. I never smoked a blunt or a cigarette, no tobacco or nothing, my entire life. And she is the cause of that. Because I said I would never do no shit like that. The things that she did to me, I'd never do nobody like that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's amazing, because it's like you're in this like celebrity lifestyle. Not only that, before then, you kind of were a celebrity in your own right in your neighborhood. Mm-hmm.
That would trigger my success to be so big because I was already like a celebrity in the neighborhood.
Right. So, okay. Let's talk about your name, Ralo. Where did that come from?
Um, around around the ages of 11 and 12, like I said, I was selling CDs, bootleg CDs and DVDs. And this the dude that actually the first person that, know what I'm saying, told me that my mama do drugs. I never knew until he told me. He told me one day, he said, you know, me and your mama be snout powder, you know we get high. I looked at his ass. I ain't want to tell him, like, I ain't know. So I was like, yeah, I know, bro, I know. So it was this dude named Mario, a.k.a. Ralo. He told me this. His name was Jermaine Davis, and my name is Terrell Davis. So it seemed like he was an angel to me. So it was a long journey with him and that, know what I'm saying? I used to go out and sell CDs. I used to make money. So my mama and him together, they both snorted powder, so that shit didn't mix. So nobody kept each other up. They brung each other down more so. So when we lost our house, we moved in some apartments called Dixie Hill. It's up the street off Simpson Road in Atlanta. And he just asked me one night, he got it pride out of the way. He was like, man, I'm fucked up. I ain't had no money in so long. Your mama keeping me down. And I used to hear him talk on the phone to his brothers and sisters like, that hoe keeping me down. But that my mama. My mama is the hoe you talking about. So I ain't agreeing with that. You smell me? So I'm like, I used to hear him because I used to be like quiet as hell. And he didn't know I would hurt him. So he was like, man, I need to get right, man, so I can get out of this shit, bro. He had went broke, because when he first came around, he had money or whatnot. So he asked me, like, man, hey, Terrell, let me borrow some money. I need to buy me a quarter. A quarter slab was like $125 back then. So I let him borrow some money out of my CD money, which was $125. And he went out in a whole new neighborhood. He don't know nobody in, and tried to come up and hustle. They robbed him and killed him. And his name was Ralo. So when he killed him, he just touched my heart so much. He revealed that my mom did drugs and revealed the streets to me, the struggle, and taught me so much stuff. And he prepared me for the challenges that I was finna come up to. And I just kept his name.
Mm-hmm. Are you close with his family?
I ain't know nobody in his family.
Damn. How old was he?
My mom was actually his sugar mama. He was 23 at the age. He was 23, 24 years old.
And you were cool with that?
Shit, that nigga was so real. You know what I'm saying? You know how somebody walk in the room and you just know you don't fuck with them, like you ain't feeling they vibe, like, damn, I need to get away from that person. He was just one of the people that me and him and I clicked. He walk in the room, it just felt his spirit, like it just was genuine shit, some real shit. You know what I'm saying? And I loved it, you know what I'm saying? Like the first nigga I ever fell in love with.
You said you shot at like about 20, 30 people. And how did that make you feel as far as like you just dealt with the death of your friend? And were you worried about like it being that close to being your story?
I never feared death.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was almost to a point in my life where I wanted to be dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't gonna kill myself. But I had felt so used. I've been feeling so used my whole life because I got a good heart and I take care of a lot of people. So it was to the point where like I ain't never gave a fuck about getting killed. It was just, I mean, it might sound kind of careless, it might sound crazy, but that's how I always felt. Like, I always been prepared for it. That's why I tried my best to do so much good, because I know what God got a place for me. You know what I'm saying? I kept it real. Mm-hmm. You smell me? So if you keep it real, it's only one place you can go.